Okay, wonderful. We're live. Alright. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the finale, to the grand finale of this project. We're done. But not quite yet. We're about 90% done. So, today we will be doing a little bit of tedious work called compositing. And I say it's tedious because it's tedious for me. I'm not a compositor. But I've learned how to composite over time. And during my stay at a studio where I had a co-worker and a dear friend of mine. Well, it's not just one, but several compositors who are dear friends of mine, who did that kind of stuff all day. So we're gonna step into their realm and put on their hats and just do it ourselves, because who else is gonna do it? Alright, so finally the render is done in this EXR format. Everything is pretty washed out as it's supposed to. This is the intention, and this will all get fixed very, very soon. But this is exactly what we need to see when you're rendering something out of any 3D software. And that is because you want to control the colors, you want to control the saturation, you want to do all the fun stuff in post, don't you? So if you want to do that, you're gonna have to get used to this being washed out and disgusting looking, because it's part of the process. Alright, so here we go. So first things first, I just locked everything in case I needed to restart. This is just locked, and because Resolve does this funny thing where when you want to delete something, a layer, it just deletes whatever's under it. So to prevent that disaster from happening, pardon me, you need to lock it. So what I'm gonna do, and as you can see, the layer below is only the previs. As you can see, you know, Jinxie and the Sketch don't have their faces yet. Then there is no Smash physics yet, and all that's finally been added. And when I place the final render right here, it's nice and snug. It ends where it's supposed to end, and it starts where it's supposed to start. And let me show you the crime scene of Case, because he completely decimated this room. There you go. Alright, so we're gonna start in a few minutes, so give me like a minute or two to get things set up. Alright, so once we've added our strip of the animation, I'm gonna go to Fusion, because this is where all the magic happens. So here we go. I'm gonna click on my median and right click hit script, and this is something that I just learned about like 30 minutes prior to this. So yeah, we're gonna have to split all our layers of the XR, so we don't have to do everything manually. So I'm just gonna hit run and close, and for some reason it just merged everything onto each other. That's the opposite of what we need. Let me just select all of this and just hold shift and drag upwards so you can see that we don't need it. Oh no. Alright, so we got our cryptos, asset, material, and object. We'll cast them aside for when we need them. Right now, we don't need any of that. Denoising, kind of don't need that either. Let me just color code this real quick, because this is the output. And it's color coded because it's beneficial for us here to see what's what. And especially when you're zooming out like this, you can see what's in and out. This is a denoising depth Z, which is the depth of the scene. Don't think we will need that for now, but we will see. This is a denoising. This is all Blender related nodes anyway, so I believe this is on its own category. Won't use it in Resolve, but we'll see. I don't know why it made duplicates. What is this? Normal, okay. Normal X, Y, and Z. Oh, you gotta combine those. Oh man. Okay, alright. These are not the important stuff anyway. Because, oh my goodness, CaseOh. My pooch is barking. Alright, anyway, so we need our diffuse right now. So we have this one, and this one. This is all the diffuse layer, and we need to combine them. So I'm gonna have to go to, I'm gonna hit Shift Space, and it brings up this menu. I search for channel boolean, and make sure you select the 2D one, not the 3D. All right, and then we're gonna have to combine the direct with the indirect into this one singular node. Okay, and then instead of copy, we need to have add. So now it adds this and this together, and it brings us this. All right, and then we're gonna have to create another copy. I just hit Control C and Control V. Okay, and brings us this. Bring your color over, so it gives you this information, and then you bring this little node out of this little square, put it on the green, and then instead of add, you set it to multiply, and voila, this is what you're supposed to see. There's no information regarding the glossy, which is the shine and the sheen of your Lego pieces, and that you won't see yet because that is part of the process. You need all this to give you something that is supposed to be the amalgamation of this. We need to recreate really this. So we're one step forward, we're taking one step. All right, so as you can see, these are the shiny parts. You see the reflections off of the pieces, and the shine from the sunlight, and yada yada yada. Cool. Also, there's no background here. And that's because it only took into account for the colors of everything and how the colors are bouncing off of each other. So that's basically what diffuse is. All right, and now excuse me, emit is pretty much the emission, which is the hang on, which one would it be? It's behind right here, I think, this shot where he is having the pop-ups, and those are pretty much just the emissive I guess material, where things are just glowing, you know. So let me just find it, if I could find it, and if it would load faster. Because if I hit space, for some reason... Oh, then it's way behind here. For some reason, Resolve would be very selective on whether it'll play the audio or not. Alright, there you go. That's your emissive. If I hit one, that's all you'll get. and this needs to be combined soon. So I'll put it away later, but just to color code and make things more organized. I shall assign you orange. So now we see here, our orange is our diffuse. Okay. EV is the environment, or ENV, sorry, is the environment. So that would be the background of the window. So if I hit 1, this is all we're gonna get. Of course, this is a disaster, which means that I didn't close off the walls properly all the way. For some reason, this wall is moving. I don't know how. I didn't see any animation data on there, but apparently it is so. So that's not good. But I'll set this aside for now. Alright, so now we have to bring in the glossy, which has all the reflection nodes. I'm just gonna copy and paste these over. Alright, so I need our direct with the indirect. It doesn't matter which goes first in this case, because we're adding one onto the other. So we're just, you know, it's not like a divide or subtract or something. Alright, so we have this. This is our direct. This is our indirect. As you can see, all the reflections are here now from the indirect reflections. This is taking in the information from the light source directly, and this is the shine. This is the indicative of what is shiny. As you can see, I have my fingerprint material on there. Not material, but the roughness map. Things are very grimy, right? Because it's affecting the sheen of said thing. Alright, now when we add them together, this is what you get. The glossy color kinda doesn't have an effect. It really affects the color of the transmission, which is pretty much the transparency or the metallic. So this was the metallic one because this is the can from the game, and these are water bottles, and they were pretty much just transparent Lego pieces. So that's all you gotta know about that. So once we have this one and this one combined together or multiplied onto each other, this is what you get. Pretty grimy, pretty disgusting. It's not much, you know, you can see here, but we shall trust the process because that's what we're doing. You shall be teal. Alright, this can go over here, right on top, just to keep things organized. Doesn't really matter how you do this, it's just a pet peeve of mine. Alright, so glossy's done. Now we have 3 more nodes left, and that's our transmission, and I already checked those off because we needed that in our scene. So we have the same thing you gotta do is just copy these booleans over. We have our add and then we have our multiply. You get your direct, which you can't really see, and you got the indirect, which is the sheen and the shine of this. Add them here, and then you get something like this. Okay, then you get your transmission color, which is the brighter part. Place them here, and you get this. Alright, so now we're done with this. How do we combine it? I asked this myself. I don't know how but we shall understand this together. I think you either add or multiply them together, and I'm pretty sure it's just the latter, just multiplying. Not multiplying, just adding. Alright, so this shall be olive. You are teal, and you are orange. Alright. We have our transmission, glossy, and diffuse. So it is time to finally combine them together. This is diffuse, glossy, and transmission. So now what we do is add another channel boolean from before. One up front, one at the back, don't matter, as long as they're just combined together. And then instead of copy, add. Is it add or multiply? I can't tell really. I feel like it's an add. Control C, Control V, same thing. Add them. I know, looks absolutely terrible. So if you want to see what it actually looks like from the render, we have to assign a color space node, and it's gonna take all this raw data and just add the color space, which is the AGX thing that we selected before. So we're going to find our AGX, which is not here in this list. So we have to go to browse. I don't know how it's done on Mac, but it can be done on PC. I think it's gonna be done the same way. At the cost of this project, this is what happens. It just filled up my hard drive, my external hard drive. Okay, so we have to go to Program Files, Blender Foundation, go to the version of your Blender software, go to Data Files, Color Management, Configure OCIO, which is the exact thing that we're looking for. So you go hit that, and you find AGX log, because that's what we rendered out. Output would be AGX base sRGB, and now it shall look like what it's supposed to look like, allegedly. But if we were to take our combined node, this is what it's supposed to look like. This. So we have to make sure that this, the group, matches that. So I'm not sure what is missing really, because I'm trying to understand what might be the case. Unless I understood this completely wrong. Let me revise my setup where I'm supposed to composite this. So let me see. Where's my folder? I can't find it. Oh, there we go. Found it. All right. So right now, since it's cycle, direct, add with the indirect, which is a plus sign, and multiply the diffuse. Okay, we did the same thing. Same thing. Okay, so we did the direct and indirect right. So now for them to be combined, yes, you have to add them together. So none of that whatchamacallit, multiplying stuff. As well, I can see that an emission and an environment is also supposed to be added. I don't know how that's gonna affect anything because I don't see a data here, but I'll just do it regardless. and then emission as well, because we have our one shot where we have the icons popping up. And it crashed. Why? I wonder. I don't know. Okay, we're fine, I think. There we go. So now you see it. If I unplug this, this is what you get. And it seems that it is affecting the lighting pretty well. Aha, I see. Okay. So yeah, you definitely need your environment and your emission in that case, because it definitely alters everything. So to double check, this is what we have right there. One is very overpowering the other for some reason. I don't know what would it be, but we have to figure it out. Again, these are denoise stuff. It's not important because this is all associated with Blender. They have to do with like normals and then Z depth, just to denoise, and we don't need that because I don't know how that would work in Resolve. So yeah. Anyway, so we gotta check this out. This is what it's supposed to look like, and this is roughly what we got, which is insane to me. However, I think this is a part of it, given that you need to control the intensity of these separate things. So for example, the glossy with the diffuse, they are altering it, and I think it's the glossy really that's altering this stuff. So we're gonna have to go in and do everything before this little color space thing, because let me see, because if you see this, if you do any sort of edits after this, it'll just look very gaunt, and it's like all of your edits will have to be done after applying the colors, which is kind of destroying the purpose of why we exported this as an EXR in the first place, you know? So first things first, let me just split the screens so we can have panel 1 and panel 2, and then we can start working from here. So let's say this is gonna be our output, so I'm gonna put this in panel 2. Now our panel 1, I'm hitting hotkeys 1 and 2 on my keyboard, so we're gonna get started right now. So we have our group right here. So let's find our was it indirect or direct? I think direct was the harshest one. So let's go and adjust a few things. So for example, if I wanna add a gamma maybe, or an exposure node or something, if I can even find it. Let's see, color corrector. That could also work, but it's not what I'm looking for really, but we're just gonna add it anyway. Alright, got our color corrector. I'm gonna hit 1 on this node so we can see what we're doing, and then we can edit this out, and you can see it's translating over to the final output, and it's definitely taking a while because it's a lot of information to take in, and it's basically trying to identify the changes that we're applying. So for example, if I were to minimize or scale up the contrast, it'll just translate over here with the same sort of changes that we're about to see. So as you can see, the more that I add contrast, the harsher it may look. I'm just gonna reset everything and try to bring say the gain down. Now the gain controls the lighting. I think the lightest part, if I'm not mistaken. And the lift is the darkest one, because I'm thinking about it, if you are lifting, you're lifting the dark up to be bright. Okay, it seems like I have gravely been mistaken. Alright, so perhaps we can just bring the lift down. For some reason things are just different. And as you can see, these are not affected by any of this at all, because it's an emission layer, so it has nothing to do with glossy, has nothing to do with the diffuse. It's just a flat texture. That's what it is. It's just flat. Okay, so it seems that this is not what I'm looking for, to be honest with you. So let me see if I want to bring down the levels. Will that do anything? Or if I gray it out? Because I'm trying to neutralize this in the sense that it is not too harsh for the eyes. Okay, what is going on right now? Anyway, if it's not working out on Resolve anyway, and like that's what I'm planning on this stream for the stream. If it's not working the way I want it to work in Resolve, I'll just bring everything back into Blender, because I do not understand what's going on with the Resolve sometimes. So I'm just gonna pretty much remove everything. And it doesn't really have any effect on your scene. I'm just trying to do this for organization's sake. I'm just taking out everything. I'm keeping the compositing and use nodes thing. Alright, and then I'm gonna go to image sequence and bring my final renders folder. Make sure you select every single one and then import image sequence. It'll take its time because it's about 1,660 frames, so it's a lot. I can understand why. I wanted to do it in Fusion because of the simplicity that I can do everything here with the audio stuff and just export right away. But if it's not working, then you know, Blender is my second option. Oh, and you can see this is completely a disaster. If I hop back in Fusion, it's like it's being weird. Alright, is Blender even loading? Hello? Hello? Let me just remove this one and see what happens. Once we have everything combined, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, because the output is supposed to match this one. Like I said before, it's just very, very bright, and it's not what I anticipated at all. I'm not sure what changed, because this is way too much, so I gotta balance something out. Alright, so we got our node here finally with the denoise data and everything. So we have let's see, we have all these where it's supposed to help you like denoise your stuff. Right, so anyway, excuse me, my throat is very raspy today. Not sure why they would give us two of the same thing, but it's whatever. Alright, so now we have this set up right here. I'm going to oh yeah, and for the color space thing, you have to go to color space down here. Select is it AGX base? Yep, that's the one. Alright, so that's it. Now what? Let's see. What did we do? Okay. So, oh yeah, I'm now on Blender. You guys can't see. Give me a second. Blender. There we go. I opened the thing. Our image sequence. We go to color space, AGX base sRGB right here, and now it's time to combine everything as it's supposed to. So you go here and find a mixed color. So you need your diffuse direct and indirect. Plug them in here. Assign it to add, and that's what you're supposed to see. Trying to not have this viewer node interfere, because I can't really lock it in place. It has to come with me everywhere I place it. But yeah, so we've cut the code. We're gonna go select our diffuse color, place this here, place the combined node onto the socket, click multiply, and this is what we're supposed to see. Just like in Resolve. So let me show you. Let us actually see if it's the same, because sometimes it may not be. This is the diffuse, right? Good. Let's go to the very first frame. Actually, I'm gonna switch over from window capture to display so we can easily just go back and forth between screens on the monitor, because things are a little bizarre. Let me just go down. Hello, how's it going? Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Now we can go back and forth with these so you guys can see. Alright, so I'm just gonna compare if this looks just like the one in Blender. Okay, so you can see the before. Oops. Hang on. So it seems like it is the same. Yes, you are the only one here, so you are first. For sure. Welcome, welcome. We're just wrapping up a CaseOh project that I'm doing, like a fan animation. And basically I'm just plugging in a few things together to make a good image out of it with more control. So yeah, so if you want to stick around and watch, you know, I invite you to keep watching. Alright, so it seems like it is the same. And oddly enough, I'm looking at this and the noise here is not as gaunt as in Resolve. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I really don't. But it is very interesting. It's very fascinating. Unless some operations are not operating the same way. I don't know. Because denoise is not on, and I'm on Eevee, and I don't think it'll do it automatically on here anyway. Okay, but we'll push forward. All right, so we have add and multiply. These are important. If I can color code it, I think I can go here. Just hit N, go to node, color, and then I'll just assign it any color. I'll go for lilac and blue. Alright, I'm gonna hit Shift D to duplicate. And now we're gonna have to select our glossy. So direct, with indirect added onto each other. So we have this weird looking photo. And then we're gonna bring the color, because it adds this one and this one together, and it gives you this. Now we're gonna have to add the color into the mix, which has the metallic kind of thing going on. Place it in here, and you get this disastrous dim looking color, or image I should say. And it should look exactly like the one here. There we go. So it does seem like there is a difference when I'm looking at things. For some reason, I don't know why, but it is very, very different. Don't know why one is darker than the other, but oh well. Oh well. Alright, so now that we have added and multiplied these two, I'm gonna do the same thing for something called a transmission, which is basically the see-through material. And you can't really see it here because of the buttholes. And I think I can show you that. Let me just move for. Oh my god. Let me we have 1,660 frames, so let me just move forward so we can see it. Yeah, there's Case. We got Dolores and Ted. Let me go forward a bit. Where can I show it best? Because it's gotta be somewhere. There we go. Here. That's the one I wanted to see. All right. So this is see-through, like the bottle, and the and this one is metallic. So I'm supposed to see it here. There we go. Indirect and color. Okay. So we're gonna have to add the direct with the indirect. So nothing will change because it was one is fully black, the other is transparent. Now this one, color, will go into multiply, and it should give us this weirdly ghastly little thing. Just like the one here in Resolve. If I hit one, it should look exactly the same. Just way too dark for my liking. But that's part of the process. We should be alright. Now, once that is done, I think you go to get another mix node. It's another add. And we're gonna have to add all these together. Oops. And then bring this over. And this is what I'm supposed to see, supposedly, in the final apple. Like, this is supposed to look exactly like this one. But you need to add two more things, which is called the environment and the emission. So I have to bring this over. Let me just put the environment first and see if it makes any difference. Before, after, no, nope. All right, because that's another thing entirely. So we'll see. Emission here. Am I missing something? Because for some reason it's not the same. Am I missing a pass? Let me check this out. Cycles, passes. I got these. So what seems to be the matter, man? Because crypto is different. Where is CaseOh? CaseOh is way up ahead, right here. If it would load, give me a second. He's the one hovering over the over these two. There we go. There he is. Oh no, there we go. That's not AGX base. Yeah, there we go. That's the exact color I'm supposed to see. Everything is supposed to be washed out so you can have more precision in the control of how you see things. So yeah, let me see, combined. All right, if this is combined, is this what we're supposed to see? Okay, but he's not fat. Well, you know, I don't want to get banned from CaseOh's from CaseOh's grace, so I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool if he was not fat. It's healthy that way, you know. Man's gotta lose some weight in one way or another. He's gotta. All right. So here we go. We got everything organized. So the good thing is I'm seeing this one, the combined, is exactly like this. So we're doing good. Like something is being done correctly. I think it has to do with Resolve, like not understanding the color space or something. Because it is bizarre the way that these two handle things. Because one is not like the other. When I'm going over different things, like you see this, it's not good. So I'm not sure what is different. So I might as well just continue compositing over here in Blender because I do not know why this keeps happening. And this is not like the first instance where something like this happens. So we're just gonna continue on with this software instead. And by the way, I don't think Resolve is the industry standard for this process, which is called compositing. And because the industry standard is called Nuke, and it's not this one. Okay, so we're done with this. I'm gonna have to show you guys something cool. It's called a cryptomat. Now, what a cryptomat does is it can differentiate between a few things. So if you have material, it'll just separate based on material. If you have an asset, it'll separate based on the grouping. If you have an object, it'll just isolate a singular object for each one. So for example, if I have it here, for example, it's supposed to show in the picker. For some reason it's not. Hello? I'm not supposed to plug this. What's going on? Alright, hang on one second. Asset. No asset. No object? Or material? Oh, yeah, because it was on render. Never mind. Here we go. I think that's what we're supposed to see. 160 frames. There we go. Woo, that's what we're supposed to see. There we go. You see this wild coloring? So yeah, this is separating based on the material. This is gonna separate based on the grouping. So it's like a mask. And an object, it'll separate each individual thing. So if I, for example, want just Dolores and Ted, so I'm gonna go to, for example, object. I'm gonna use the color picker and pick Dolores. And I'll also pick Ted. If I go to matte or image, supposedly, it's what I'm gonna see eventually. But for some reason, it's bizarre. So let me just remove that. Will it give me something? Hello? I can also isolate based on material, which will again isolate based on the material that I signed for Dolores or the one that I signed for Ted. Okay, so let me just cut this out and find something. You gotta go to pick And I'm gonna get the plus sign eyedropper, and I'm supposed to supposedly have the name pop up, but it's not for some reason. Must I have it here, for example? I don't know. I haven't done it in an image sequence before, so we can see if it's gonna make a difference. Whoops. Nah. Oh well. Maybe some other time. But let's just not waste anybody's time. Just keep on working. Alright, so we got this done. Now, say I just want to make Case's hair, for example, or Case entirely, or this entire scene. If you want the Lego to be very matted, maybe we can go to, for example, I'm gonna go to Gamma and find my glossy layer, which is this. It has all the reflections and the like coming from the pieces reflecting off of each other and the light source, as you can see here. So I believe that by selecting, for example, if you want the light to be dimmer, I'm going to go directly to, let me see. To indirect. Nope. There we go. So if I want this to be very bright, this is what is gonna happen. As you can see, the light is very, very, very shiny. If I were to dim it, you can see Case's entirety is starting to mattify. He's getting a little dusty, as you can see. It's pretty cool. So it's getting a little dustier, but the more I add more shine to it, he looks very, very wet. So that's very, very cool. Because you don't want to re-render everything from scratch if you've already put so much time into it like I have. So this is what you do. Alright. Say, let's see, what else can I do? Say I want this entire coloring. When is the animation gonna be ready? Hopefully by tonight I'm gonna be done with this, so uploading will be either tomorrow or the day after. So everything should be ready this week, hopefully. And to ensure that Case sees this, make sure you spam the heck out of him so I can see it, because I haven't put all this effort in for nothing. So if you want Case to check it out, just spam him. And now he went from all colorful to white, completely all white. If I want to darken everything, make it roasted, this is what's gonna happen. And now Case turned into one of KSI's members. He turned into a Vic or something. There are two people. You mean these two? Or yourself? I'm not quite understanding you. Oops. Let me just organize this a little better. Ah, two people watching. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. This is good news. Alright, so I'm just organizing things a bit better. now, alright, so this has no effect at all. I'm just putting it out there. It doesn't do much. Alright, so depth is like how far the object is from the camera, but you can use the depth for many things. You can use it for as like a fog effect. You could use it as another way for you to make things more blurry than it should, for example. So for example, let's say I want to have like a foggy look into the scene, because this is more or less like an interrogation room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my Z depth and bring in another mix, and then I'll use the depth as a mask. So this goes into the factor. Now you see this kind of foggy material. I'm just gonna darken it a little bit so it's not all black and white, and I'll add a little bit of a tint of blue on there. So as you can see, if I brighten it, that's what's gonna show, right? And I want it to have this cold looking tone to it, so it's gonna be like that, but I'm gonna dim it just a little so he has this tinge of blue, just not entirely black and white, just so you can see barely the edge of his headphone. So before, after. I'm not sure if you can see it on YouTube on the live, but if I zoom in real close, I think you should see it better. Alright, before, after, before, after. And even it'll affect the midtones a little bit here. But yeah. What will CaseOh do in the animation? Well, that's gonna be a surprise. That's gonna be a surprise. If you want to see what he's gonna do, we're gonna watch the final animation by tomorrow or the day after. If you're already not subscribed, you can hit the subscribe and check the bell notification. If you just want to watch this one video, if you want, and if you want to stick around, I welcome you with long arms. Let's see. I welcome thee with open arms. Whoops. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Now say I want to add something more interesting, like for example a god ray, a beam of rays. Oh, thank you. So if I want to have like this god ray effect, I'm gonna bring in something different. So I'll, oops, wrong thing. I'll go back to this panel and create a texture, and I will call this let's just select just noise. Okay, now we have this on. I'm gonna go here, bring that texture over, find it, and you will have it here. Now it looks really disgusting, I know, I agree, very gross. But if you want to edit that texture altogether, I think you can do it here anyway. Oh no, this is RGB. Alright, so you can definitely brighten this. You can add more contrast if you would like. Saturation, I don't think it really matters. It's a black and white thing anyway. So here we are. Now, I want to have this, well actually, let me just go to clouds there. Yeah, that's better. So I want this to be fairly small. And the depth, it doesn't have to be that deep. Alright, and then say I'm gonna stretch one thing over like that. Is that stressful? Compositing is not my forte, really. It's not my like like professional thing that I do on a daily occurrence, because I am an animator at the end of the day. So I do a very specific thing. I don't do everything, but since this is like a personal project, I'm supposed to do everything because no one else will do it besides me, because it's my personal project. So this is what we gotta do. Alright, so we have this. We have our final output. I'm gonna bring it here. Oops. What's going on? Oh yeah. I'm gonna place it here, and then I'm gonna have our final thing. But we need to instead of mix or add, we're gonna have to do, I think, screen, or which one would we do? Overlay. I guess that would work. So we have this like a brush stroke, right? Gonna bring this up a little bit, make it a little bigger. Okay, and then I'm gonna rotate it. So transform. Let's see. There. I'm gonna angle this a little bit. Crop, for example. Nah, it's not the crop. What is it? Scene size or render? I think render size. No, I am not sure anymore. Alright, what is this now? This is not good. Yes, texture, fit it. No, really. Okay, yeah, so I guess it works this way. Compositing is not supposed to be stressful if you know exactly what you're doing. So basically, it's like it's not going to be stressful once you know what you're doing. So yeah, it shouldn't be too stressful. It's just a part of the process if you want to make something beautiful. Like, it's like adding the final touches to your drawing or to your arts and crafts. So it's exactly the same thing. It's just very technical. The world of animation is very, very technical. Not saying that it's bad or good or anything. It's just how it is. It's supposed to be like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, so it's definitely scene size. Okay, that's cool. Never mind. Do I put it here? Sometimes you have to do a lot of problem solving with this, because at the end of the day, you know, this is not a simple task. It's, again, like I said, it's very technical. But while it's very technical, it's not that bad. It's just fun, depends on who you ask, really. And for you to even be in this industry, you have to enjoy this. You have to, because if you're not passionate, then this might not be the industry for you. Alright. There's no really difference between value and color because it's black and white anyhow. If I would be doing that, I would do not a masterpiece, but a master poop. Well, you can't call it that. You really can't. Lord. That's a lot of stuff going on right now. Okay. Alright, so say we have our God rays ready. I'm going to... I need a mask. So, for example, I can have a box mask, right? And this will be the holder of our effect, or the container. So, say I'm gonna rotate it this way, and what do? We can stretch it out, make it a little wide, and let's see. So this is what it's gonna look like for the God rays, right? I'm gonna make it very blurry. So I'm gonna have blur. So when I increase the size, I believe the size. Oh yeah, you have to do this. So I'm gonna do it this way. Right? Now this is our mask. Okay, so I'm gonna go and use that into the factor. So the effect should only affect one part of the image. As you can see, this is a complete disaster. So I'm gonna invert the mask. Oh wait, no, it worked, it worked. Alright, see ya, Milan. Okay. How did I do this last time? I honestly don't remember. Oops. Oh well. I think I'll have to copy over the thing. So I'm gonna create another compositing file. Just bring this over and up. Alright, I'm gonna close Resolve because I'm not doing much. I'm not doing anything with it. Okay, so bring it over. Okay, that should be okay. Now about this crypto mat, I'm not sure if I think I should troubleshoot this better. Crypto mat, image sequence. Alright, so supposedly all these passes would work beautifully on Nuke, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here, because I still want to troubleshoot this before I close out the stream. Again, it's not a render, it's an image. 60, and there we go. Because the picker is working, I'm just not seeing anything of significance. Because it's only giving me this weird thing. I don't know what that is. But it's an object, I guess. I don't know. And an object's supposed to be one thing. It's not supposed to be multiple things. I don't know. I really don't know. Would it be better if it were a movie? Because I actually don't know. I know that it'll... Oh, yeah, okay, I see. It has none of the passes on. Okay. Alright, never mind. What a predicament. Had it been a render, it would have worked beautifully. I just don't know. I don't know. Let me check. Okay, what is going on? Well, I do not know what's going on right now, but this is not good. This is not good. I'm trying to troubleshoot something, and then here we are. I have a frozen screen in front of me. You know what? Let me ask Bing's AI and see. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do, but what is going on? Is it crashing on me already? Already? I'm just gonna close it. Open Blender again. Open the thing back up. Okay. Troubleshoot again. Yes, I am selecting the crypto matte. And this one. And you are supposed to put the combined one here. Oops. Wrong thing. 16. Oh. 60. Auto refresh. Let's pick a different frame, for example. Let's see what else it can select for us. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Hello? Are we good or not? Alright, well, escape won't do it. Oh, lordy lord. Well, this is not good at all. But again, I stand by what I said about the finished project. This should be done by either tomorrow or the day after. So things should be okay. So for now, I will have to end the stream very early. And I'll just work behind the scenes. You guys got the idea of what I'm doing tonight. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna keep working on. And hopefully by tomorrow, you will have the animation ready for you guys for viewing. And yeah, hope to see you there when it happens. And make sure Case sees this when he does. All right, just don't add too much pressure. Obviously, no pressure. Just let him admire it if you're able to. But But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Hopefully we can premiere this animation too, so we can all watch it together if possible. So hit that notification bell for the premiere when it happens, so you don't miss out on it, and you can collectively join in and comment. And yeah, this will be it. All right. So have a good night and take care.